Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we're at a place that is not very conventional for this channel. We're at Duxford Airfield. And if you're wondering why there's so many people standing here, then that's because next weekend on the 18th and 19th June the Duxford Airshow is taking place. I've been there myself in real life in 2018. It's an absolutely amazing show that I can anyone recommend to have a look at. Now in today's video, if you don't like warplanes, if you don't like war museums, then this video is probably not for you. If that's the case, I would like to ask you to wait for tomorrow's video, where we are going to do something else again. Anyway, today, as said, we're at Duxford Airfield. There is an excellent scenery available for Duxford that I'm going to link to in the video description below, that I can really recommend you to check out. And the plan for today, we'll have a quick look over the airfield and of what you can expect in the Imperial War Museum, and thereafter we'll take the Spitfire for a small warm-up party for the airshow. So, we're in Great Britain, and for once we're actually having good weather over here. I know that's rare enough, but I want to give you a small tour around the airfield before we are actually heading out to the airfield. To the aircraft. The scenery is a freeware that's available on flightsim.to, and it is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to show you some of these small details that have made it everywhere into the scenery. And even though it is that detailed, it's still giving me excellent frame rates. So over here you can see we can actually read all those signs that are giving us information about where we actually are. So just want to give you some of the details by looking at the memorial over here. So just look at this. And this is a freeware scenery. This is absolutely amazing. Alright. So I'll give you a small tour around the airfield and the features we can expect over here. And thereafter we're going to go to the museum. So, entrance to the American Air Museum is on the back over here. I've been there in real life and it's amazing. Those aircraft you can find in the museum. There is even an SR-71 Blackbird over there. There's a B-52. And just standing in front of those aircraft, of course I have seen so many pictures of those aircraft, but I would never have expected the B-52 alone to be this big, or even the SR-71. Looking at the pictures, it always looks like a small aircraft, at least it did to me, but when standing in front of it, that is a hell of a machine. Also very interesting for many of you is the, let's call them old-timer airliners. They have on display here, many of which you can actually enter. And just giving you another idea of the level of detail of the scenery. You can actually read all those signs over here, like the BAC-111. Designed and built entirely in Britain, the BAC-111 was the last all-British jet airliner was sold. And one of the most successful, with 244 sold, including to the United States of America. Over here are Hawker Siddeley, Trident, and of course the VC-10. Amazing aircraft, even though a really underrated one. Then of course, how could it be missing our Whisper Jet or our Jumbolino? Bristol 175 Britannia. By the way, it's amazing how big these engines are, isn't it? Like, imagine standing in front of them when they start up and just seeing and feeling that raw power. And of course, probably one of the most ugly aircraft available, the Britten-Norman Trilander. I kinda like the 2-engine version of it, but the 3-engine, I don't know, I can't get warm with it. And of course, how could we forget the Vickers Viscount? So, Airspeed Ambassador 2. I have to say this is the very first time I'm actually hearing of this. But that looks like an interesting aircraft to fly. So, you can usually book your trips around at the Duxford Airshow as well. So, if you just want to take a small flight over here, give it a try. By the way, did you see those gates opening? Nice little feature of the scenery over here. Anyway, before we are heading out to the aircraft, we can get a first impression of a Spitfire over here. This is actually one that I stood in front of. I still have those pictures somewhere, but a couple of friends on there as well, so I can't include them in the videos. Sorry for that, guys. Alright, so flying aircraft to the left. Yeah, that's where we definitely want to go. It's really worth it having a look into the museum as well here. You can spend a lot of time. So I've been at the airshow for just one day in 2018, but I can really recommend you, if you've got the time, take both days, have a good look at the museum, and then, of course, have a look at the airshow itself. So, this is where we are getting more interested at for our flight today. But, one last word. In the hangar over here, we have Concorde. And you actually get the chance to visit Concorde from the inside, have a look there, and in some cases, they may even allow you into the cockpit. In some cases. Alright, so we have seen what we wanted to see. Unfortunately, we can't enter the hangar here. That would probably have been overkill with the details. Anyway, for a freeware scenery, I can really recommend you to check it out. It's linked in the video description below. There is a high detail and a low detail version, and then you can download the Airfield, or rather the Airshow, as a special. Alright, so all of you just close your eyes for a second. We'll just have to climb a fence here that we have, of course, never done. You didn't see me do that, did you? What did I do? No. I did nothing. Alright, and here is today's beauty. The Flying Iron Simulation Spitfire. Really well modeled aircraft. It actually was my very first add-on aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, as far as I can remember. In any case, it was one of the very first that I bought, if not the first. Very nicely detailed model. Really in love with this one. And you should really try this one in virtual reality. Unfortunately, I can't really show you, or at least I haven't figured out how to record from a virtual reality yet. But I can tell you, This one, in virtual reality, it was the very first aircraft that enabled my VR goggles on, and I have to tell you, I was so totally blown away by the level of detail, and just by how realistic it felt. I sat in a real Spitfire once, unfortunately not in flight, and I just felt right back at home. So, this is our craft for the day. Let's actually head over into the flight deck and start it up for a short test flight. So, park and brake set, battery is on, prop control, full forward, carb air filter, open, fuel, on, mixture, idle cutoff, external tanks are off. So throttle 1 to 2, open half an inch. So booster bubble pumps until pressure light is off. That's hidden beneath here. So let's see if I can get this to work this time. Had a little trouble with this one because you just keep boosting and boosting and boosting and it doesn't go off. It's normal that you need like 13, 15 strokes. And eventually the light is supposed to go off. But I don't know why, for some reason. For me, it doesn't really want to do so. Probably a Microsoft Flight Simulator issue again. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, we can find our way around it. So, primer, unlock it, give it 5 strokes as well. So, covers open, mixture auto, which is full forward, and then magnetos on, and here we go, let's start it up. Throttle in the region 1100, between 10 and 1200 RPMs. So just good to go down here. Come on, fuel pump on, P2E down. Alright. So, we'll keep the canopy open. Actually, you take off with the canopy open in the Spitfire. That's something I find really amazing. So, clear on the right and clear on the left. Now, taxiing this beast is a little interesting, to put it that way, since you cannot really see straight. So, off we go. Right is clear, left is clear. Right, gonna stop here for a second. So, clear left and right, let's go ahead. As said, seeing something in this aircraft is probably the hardest part of flying it. So, let's give our instruments another look here, make sure that everything's actually working as it should. We can close the covers here as well, by the way. That's making things a bit easier. So, elevator trim. Set slightly down. Rudder trim is neutral. Prop control full forward. Fuel boost pump is on. Flaps raised. Supercharger auto, and carb air filter is closed. That's our lineup checks complete. For the takeoff then, we're not using full power, we'll keep it at a boost of 6 units over here. That's all we need for the Spitfire. Unless you're in actual war emergency conditions, which we are absolutely not. Alright, so a clear left and clear right. We'll slowly increase power, make sure the aircraft doesn't tip over. That's what I meant. Right, gear up. Canopy is closed as well. Perfect. So, we'll start introducing the public to the Spitfire with a low pass. Giving them the ability to do a couple of photos, stuff to remember before we're actually going to show them what this beast can do. Go around the city, we don't want to cause too much noise. Even though I cannot understand anyone who's complaining about the noise of a Spitfire. But I guess you'll always find that one guy. Right, 160 miles an hour. Looks like a good speed. Low down there. Climb power. at low speed with the gear and flaps down. Again, some more photo shooting. Gear down. Put the flaps down at 140. Here we go. Those are huge flaps, by the way. Just look at this. They extend to an 85-degree angle. So that thing is causing more drag than it's causing lift for sure. Nonetheless. This time we're gonna fly by at 100 miles an hour. And when we're done with this, when the people have their photos, then we're gonna go into the action. Hello everyone, I'm Spitfire, if you didn't know. Rock the wings again. Thanks for watching. Right, set power, flaps up, cars unafraid, gear up. For the next one we'll need a little bit more airspeed. So let's go ahead and accelerate a little bit more. So 300 knots is what we're, or 300 miles an hour is what we're looking for. Got them now. Can do a bit faster as well. Some excess speed surely is not going to hurt this one. So, hi there. Hello everyone. Right guys, promise me not to do this at home, okay? vertical traffic pattern here. As said, don't do this at home, guys. Don't. Right, bit more thrust, and here we go again. Say again? Upside down. Hi there. Alright, let's gain a little bit of altitude and then we'll go high speed. That was probably the most impressive maneuver of all I've seen at the flight show that I visited here in Duxford. So we gotta go to about 5,000 feet. Best rate of climb's around 180 miles an hour in the Spitfire. Which, by the way, has an amazing performance. I would never have expected an airplane like this to have performance like it has. That was, of course, at a time where I did not get interested in this, so previously I really thought like, what can a propeller really do? Oh, it can do that. It really can. Right, there's our airfield down there. Let's show them what a high-speed flight pass looks like. Just want to gather a little bit of airspeed in level flights. Let's hope the people got their cameras ready, because this is gonna be a quick one. Let's give it a bit more power. We want to gain that speed. final one. This time we'll go full speed. Maximum we can do is 440 miles. So let's actually try to get those. Flying right above the airfield right now. There it is. We'll go a little bit more. We'll go to 7,000. And here we go. With the airplane. I am too gentle with the airplane. Again, only just about 380. Anyway, they'll probably not see the difference anyway. And off we go. Here we'll go right back into the normal traffic pattern. Poor engine. I need to add a little bit more thrust. I can't stand these voices. Okay, here we are, back in the pattern. 160 knots, gear down. We'll stand by for the flaps until we're in the final. Flaps down. Is our target approach speed. Now comes that part again, seeing the runway. welcome back to Duxford. Yeah, let's give the people the opportunity to take some photos as we taxi past. Hello there, everyone. This part of the museum here, by the way, is the one that we saw right at the beginning, the Landworm Museum. There's also some really interesting exhibition there. Right, back to the aircraft. Actually, the correct way to taxi this is go left a little bit all the time, so that you can then see a little bit of what's actually ahead of you. I just have to say that in virtual reality, this taxiing left and right works really well, but you can also just stick your head out the window really easily. So in VR it's a little bit easier to taxi this than it is without. Again. Brake set. Why did the canopy just close? Did I slam the brakes that hard? Alright, so we've got to run the engine for at least 30 seconds in idle. We've done that on the taxi. Throttle, idle cutoff, fuel, off, magnetos, off, and battery off. So here we are, welcome back to Duxford. Hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, leave a comment. Leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you really want to support my work, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Until then, see you next time, and I am very much looking forward to the real Duxford Airshow. If you don't have tickets yet, if you happen to be in the area, I know that one of the main parts of my audience here is British, next to my American friends and the Germans. So, if you happen to be in the area, consider going to the airshow. It's really, really recommendable. You are going to miss something out if you don't. But until then, see you next time, and I'm hoping to see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.